Here are the top 10 vehicles in GTA 5 Online that you need to buy. I'm going to be showing you guys the most fun and extreme vehicles in the game, but also ones that will let you kill other players and dominate your lobby. Plus, I tried to make sure that most of the vehicles in this video are decently cheap. Make sure you guys watch until the very end of the video, because some of the vehicles are so unknown that you would have never heard of them. I'm just going to jump straight into the video with number 10 being the Phantom Wedge. The Phantom Wedge is for sure one of the most fun vehicles in the game, but it's not really a practical one. It's got a huge launcher on the front which will get rid of any vehicle in your way. The Phantom Wedge is super fun for trolling people and sending randoms to space. It's actually super durable, unlike some of the other vehicles that are similar. Now, in terms of the price, it's definitely not cheap, but it's for sure one of the cheapest ones in this video, coming in at $2.5 million, but in my opinion it's 100% worth it for the price. If you're someone who really likes to customize your car, unfortunately you won't be able to customize the Phantom Wedge too much, which is a bit of a grey area for the Phantom Wedge. But number 9, we've got the Manchez. In my opinion, it's one of the most underrated vehicles in the game, and honestly I'm pretty surprised that more people don't have this vehicle. It looks just like a regular dirt bike, but there's something about it that sets apart from the other similar dirt bikes. The Manchez can do insane wheelies. From what I know, it's the only dirt bike in the game that can turn around corners while doing a wheelie. Also, if you own a motorcycle club, you can go into the interaction menu, manage your MC, then go all the way down to riding style, and then select relax, and then you'll be able to do one-handed wheelies like so. I'm pretty sure it's the only motorbike in the game that won't make you crash if you go back too far, which is pretty cool. The Manchez is also super cheap, coming in at only $50,000. Plus, it's super upgradable and customizable. Number 8, we've got the Vigilante. This one goes without saying, it's for sure one of the most underrated vehicles in the game. In my opinion, it's one of the most fun vehicles in the game. There are machine guns on the front which are actually pretty good, but the most important factor of the Vigilante is the rocket boosters on the back. You can go absolutely flying in this thing, and honestly the possibilities are endless with the things that you can do. Plus, it also looks like a Batmobile, which is pretty cool. In terms of the price, it's definitely on the more expensive side, coming in at $3.75 million, and for this one there isn't a trade price. The boost renews pretty quickly, and all you have to do to renew it is just drive on land. It's a great all-rounder, and in my opinion it's the most underrated vehicle in the game. Number 7, we've got the Faggio. Don't click off this video, let me tell you why it deserves the spot on this list. It's probably the biggest meme in GTA Online and only costs $5,000. Everyone in your lobby will give you instant respect if you drive this motorbike, plus it's also super customizable. Number 6, we've got the Vagner. Now, I know it doesn't look that interesting, but trust me, it's probably the most underrated vehicle in this game. First of all, it looks really cool and has a super futuristic design. It's a hypercar, and the max speed is 126.8 miles an hour, which isn't the fastest in the game, but the thing that sets it apart from other vehicles is how it handles. The Vagner honestly handles like an F1 car. It grips so well around corners, and personally it's my go-to from getting to point A to point B. The suspension is so low, which gives the car amazing stability. The only negative that I can think of for the Vagner is that the back end can lose control if you go over some large bumps. It's for sure the best car for circuit races, plus it's super customizable. Compared to the other hypercars, the price really isn't too bad, coming in at $1.5 million, so you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. Number 5, we've got the Scramjet. Now, the Scramjet is actually pretty similar to number 8 on this list, which was the Vigilante, except it has a couple more abilities. The Scramjet has a power hop that sends you about 10 meters into the sky, which is perfect for dodging things such as concrete barriers and roadblocks. The other feature that it has is the rocket booster, which is probably the more well-known feature for the Scramjet. The boost is super powerful and lasts about 2.5 seconds, but it's honestly just so much fun flying around with the rocket booster. Plus, using both the power hop and the rocket booster can be super fun. In terms of the weaponry, there are 2 forward-facing machine guns, plus there is also an option for a missile launcher. There are 2 homing missile launchers, which are actually pretty strong. The tracking is super good, but the only problem is that it's super easy to blow yourself up with the missiles when you're on the ground. Now, to be honest, the price of the Scramjet is a bit of a grey area. The regular price is $4.6 million, with the trade price being $3.4 million. So yeah, getting the trade price will be 100% worth it, because you'll be saving $1.2 million from it. But regardless of the price, the Scramjet is one of the most fun vehicles in the game. Coming in at number 4, we've got the Dune FAV. Now, if you're looking for a fun vehicle to mess around in with your mates, then the Dune FAV is the perfect one for you. It's just a little dune buggy, but there's a machine gun that the passenger can use. Unfortunately, it has a pretty limited motion range with a rotation angle of about 30 degrees, which can be a little bit annoying, but that really doesn't take away from the fun. There's also a grenade launcher, which I found has blown me up on multiple occasions. There's an option for a minigun, and there's also an option for installing proximity mines. It's super fun trolling people in this car with your mates if you have the criminal enterprise starter pack, then you'll get the Dune FAV for completely free, which is actually how I got it. But if you don't have it, don't worry, because it only costs $1.3 million, which really isn't that much for what you're getting. It's actually pretty customizable, and in my opinion, it's one of the most underrated vehicles in the game. The Dune FAV also has a pretty fast acceleration, and generally it handles pretty well. Coming in at number 3, we've got the ramp buggy. It's pretty similar to the Phantom Wedge, like in the start of the video, because both of them have huge launchers on the front of them. It's honestly just so much fun sending random people absolutely flying. Plus, because it's based off a supercar, it's actually pretty fast and it handles pretty well, which makes it perfect for chasing other players and then sending them flying. One of the downsides of the ramp buggy is the durability of it. It quite often breaks after only a few minutes of using it, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's a super fun vehicle. Plus, the ramp buggy is super helpful if you're trying to do trick shots. I mean, if you just be a little creative, there are literally so many opportunities and things you can do with the ramp buggy, especially with your mates. Unfortunately, the ramp buggy doesn't have a trade price, so you have to pay full price for it, but the price is about $3.2 million, which is about $700,000 more expensive than the Phantom Wedge, so this might factor in into your decision about if you want the Phantom Wedge or the ramp buggy. Coming in at number 2, we've got the TM-02 Khanjali. It has to be one of the most fun vehicles in the game. It has a crazy amount of armor, which pretty much guarantees that you're not going to get blown up. It's also the best tank in the game by far. In terms of weaponry, there's a tank cannon, which is the big boy on the top. There's a railgun cannon, a machine gun, a grenade launcher, and there's an option to add proximity mine. This may surprise you, but the tank is actually pretty customizable. It's obviously not the quickest, considering that it's, well, like a huge tank, but the tank goes about the speed of a regular streetcar, which isn't too bad actually. Also, there are performance upgrades that you can do to make it even faster. Plus, it handles pretty well. In my experience, I found that it's actually super nimble. In terms of the price, you'll actually get a great amount of bang for your buck. The regular price is $3.8 million, with the trade price being about $2.9 million. Alright, now the one we've all been waiting for, number 1. We've got the Oppressor Mk II. Now, I know the Oppressor has a super bad reputation, but hear me out. The Oppressor is super nimble, especially for a flying vehicle, plus it's super quick. The top speed when you're just flying in the air is about 115 miles an hour, but when you hover over the ground, the top speed is about 130 miles per hour. It's super fun. If you already have an Oppressor, then you know what I'm talking about, and of course, it's the most overpowered vehicle in the game. Every time you spawn the Oppressor, you get 20 missile rockets that can lock onto any player and kill them within seconds. Rockstar are always trying to nerf the Oppressor, but they can't do it because it's just honestly too strong. Another positive of the Oppressor is that it's perfect for making money. It's honestly a grinder's best friend, and honestly, my Oppressor has probably made me millions. The only negative to the Oppressor is that everyone thinks you're going to kill them when you're on it, so a lot of people will come after you, but you can easily just fly away or kill them when this happens. Now, it's definitely not all perfect. The price is pretty steep. The default price for the Oppressor is about $3.9 million, plus if you don't already own a terabyte, you'll need to buy one of those if you want to upgrade the Oppressor at all, which will set you back another $1 million. Also, if you want the homing missiles, that'll be an extra $200,000. There you go. I just want you guys to make sure that you're subscribed, so just go down to the subscribe button and make sure that you're subscribed, as it is free and you can always unsubscribe later if you decide that you don't like me. Anyway, thanks for watching all the way until the end. It's been your boy Malumo, and I'm out. Peace.